divine ISKCON founder Acharya, Jagat Guru Silorupada ki, Bibi Paulacharya Jagat Guru Silorupada ki, ISKCON Guru Bund ki jai, Sapta Guru Bund ki jai. All go to Assembly of Hare Krishna. All glories to Assembly of Hare. All glories to Assembly of Hare. All glories to Guru. हीरा प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरुदेव की जय। हरि नाम संकीर्तन। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा Tagore Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Tagore Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Gaur Bimanande Hari Bol. Hari Ram Sankaran ki.
So just a little advice, Lady Mai. You're very good, but you're racing ahead of the singer slightly. Just slow down. Yeah, keep pace with the singer. Yeah, of course. I know it's brilliant. It's very, very good. But just slow down, slow down the speed and match the singer or the leading person. Match them. Okay. Uh, 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 promise you. I promise you to go wrong. Yeah, and the man also.
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी गोपीचन वल्लभ जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गिरिवर धारी
गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी
जयो गोपीचन वल्लभ जयो गिरिवर धारी जयो गिरिवर धारी
गोपीजन वल्लभ जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरन्धन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरन्धन
यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन
यमुना तीरो वनचारी यमुना तीरो वनचारी जयो राधा माधव जयो कुंज बिहारी
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा
हरे कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Radha Madhava.
Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava,
Jayo Radha Madhava, Jayo Radha Madhava.
Jaya Radha Madhava,
Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Prabhupada. Jayo Prabhupada, Jayo Gurudeva, Jayo Gurudeva.
Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva.
Oh Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Oh Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
राधा माधव की,
जय।
श्रील प्रभुपाद की,
जय।
श्रील गुरुदेव की,
जय।
निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी।
हरि हरि बोल।
हरि 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 बोल।
No symbol. Are you going to the sun? Huh? हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे,
सुदर्शन कमान।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे,
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। बोलो बोलो।
कृष्णा
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo.
So Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Hare Bol. I hope you all recovered from last week's Rath Yatra, and couple of devotees went yesterday also to Brighton. And of course, last week was double festival because we had Radhashmi's Adivas. So it was quite a testing time for us to get it all organized. But well done. We all did very well. It was lovely weather. It was success, and I think everybody enjoyed us. Especially I felt when we were in Piccadilly, we were rocking. In Piccadilly, I felt, London, you are rocking now. I really felt that. So that was excellent. So today's class will be on Srimad Bhagavatam. I can share, but nowadays we all have one of these. So many of you have the web base on your phone. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Hare Krishna. And no reverb, please. Nashtaprayashu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtike. 13th, 13, 12, 13, 13. But you need to swing it out so others can see. Swing it out. 12, 12, 12, 13, 13. Yes. Hare Krishna. 12, 13, 13. There you go. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, if those of by the way, welcome back to Satya. Oh, and she's gone. Titiksha and Sudarshan is having his tuition, but he'll joining us soon. So welcome back. I think they had a wonderful yatra. We saw some of the videos they sent. So I told them, I threatened them, you need to speak today, and they were all, no, I'm not speaking. I think, and I was joking, Satya had taken a mom vrat for Chaturmasya. I said, no, you'll get 1 week grace and you must speak next week. You'd like to hear her, yes? You want to hear her? Yes. So no choice. Next week you're on. Okay. Prostapadyam. Sorry, if we haven't done this for a long time, so repeat. I'll do word for word, then you repeat after me, okay? Prostapadyam. Purnamasyam Hema Simha Samanvitam Dadati Yo Bhagavatam Sa Yati Yati Paramam Gatim Prostapadyam Purnamasyam Hemasimha Samanvitam Dadati Yo Bhagavatam Sayati Paramam Gatim. One more. Paurushtapadiyam Paurunamasyam Hema Sima Samanvitam Dadati Yo Bhagavatam Sayati Paramam Gatim. Anybody ladies side? Prostapadyam Paurunamasyam Hema Simha Samanvitam Dadati Yo Bhagavatam Yati Paramam Gatim. Thank you. Prostapadyam. In the month of Bhadra, Purnamasyam, on the full moon day, Hemasimha, upon a golden throne, Samanvitam, seated, the Dati gives as a gift. Ya, who? Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sa, he, Yati, goes. Shri Shri Sachinanda Nitai Chand ki jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki jai. Paramam to the supreme, Gatim destination. So yesterday was Bhadrapad Purnima. So this is very apt. This is very, very apt, this verse, and today's class is very relevant to today. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination. Repeat after me, please. If on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and gives it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destiny. So this is the last chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is so about glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. So purport by Srila Prabhupada. One should place Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne because it is the king of all literature. On the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, the sun, which is compared to this king of literatures, is present in the constellation of Leo and looks as if raised up on a golden throne. According to astrology, the sun is said to be exalted in the sign of Leo. Thus one may unreservedly worship Srimad Bhagavatam, the supreme divine scripture. And Rajante tavat anyani puranani satam gane yavat bhagavatam nema shruyate amrita sana. All other Puranic scriptures shine forth in the assembly of saintly devotees only as long as that great ocean of nectar Srimad Bhagavatam is this is Bhagavatam's position, the highest contribution by Vyasa. All the other Puranic literature, Vyasa compiled it. But his highest contribution after Vedanta Sutta was king. Gift yesterday is also when they are dealing with and goes into so we're going to be letting people know that just like the past read or hear things, give donation, feed the Brahmins, feed the cows. Other places we can't do it here. They do Pitru Paksh Moksh, Pitru Moksh Yagya and Pitru Tripti, some ceremony of Pitru Tripti. So, but those two, we can't handle that. But the other things I have in the past, through our contacts in Vrindavan and in Jagannath Puri, we've been able to feed Brahmins, feed cows. So that's available. But here, while in this temple, you can sponsor the Mahabhog for the day. It is feed Brahmins. So there we got 3 Sundays, maybe you want to sponsor the feeding of the devotees here. And make effort to hear and read Srimad Bhagavatam. And whoever wants to sponsor something, I'm going to ask Pujari that part of the vidhi he normally does, he must add reading of some Bhagavatam verses, because it's highly recommended. In this Bhadrapad month, it's highly recommended you hear and chant Srimad Bhagavatam. So the next verse, Satya, is 18, verse 18. And this is a terrific verse. It's a big one, but often quoted by many devotees. Is glorifying Bhagavatam in a beautiful way. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsyam Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Kiyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naiskamyam Aviskritam Tacha Chrindavansu Pathan Vicharanad Paro Bhaktya Vimuchena Nara. So translation is Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Puran, Amalam. There's no mel on it, no mul. It's Amalam. Yes? Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. Spotless, no dirt on it. Is a spotless Puran. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas, the Paramhansas. And we glorify our spiritual leaders like Prabhupada and some of our gurus by the title Paramhans. In this world, human beings are not like, there is Hansas, swans, and Paramhansas, divine swans. Okay, Hans means swan. Paramhans, higher, spiritual. Greatly elevated swans. Swans are one of the best creatures on the planet. They're so beautiful, graceful, so, they look so wonderful. As opposed to a crow. Crow's at the opposite end of the scale. So at the top you'll have the swan, at the bottom you'll have the crow. And moreover, in our scriptures it is said that we human beings, especially in Kali Yuga, share 4 qualities with the animals. Nidra, Ahar, Nidra, Maituna, Bhaya. Ahar, Nidra, Maituna, Bhaya. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. 4 things we share with the animals, eating, sleeping. We do very nicely on our tables, in our beds. Animals will do on the streets, eating off the floor, sleeping anywhere. We've all seen it. But the scriptures also declare that if that's all we as human beings are doing, then we are on the same level as the animals. We are on the same level as the animals out on the street. Because they're doing it, having the same satisfaction. Once the animal is asleep, a dog is asleep on the ground outside, he doesn't know where he is. Neither do we when we fall asleep on our beds. We don't know where we are, but we get the same satisfaction in the sleep. So the Vedas clearly declare that if we are only focused on those four things, which even animals do, how are we any better than the animals? Okay? We need to raise ourselves. But at the other end of the scale is hunsas, swans. And the spiritual acharyas, masters, are given the honor, Paramhans. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajakacharya. We glorify them through that Paramhams. They are not on the animal platform, they are on a spiritual platform, completely spiritual platform. So it says here, it is most dear, Bhagavatam is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramhansas. 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 Right? This Bhagavatam, it is dear to the Vaishnavas, and we want trying to be Vaishnavas we are. So we must endeavor to read and hear Srimad Bhagavatam daily, at least for the next 15 days. Make some effort, hear it. There are so many classes, so many wonderful speakers. Even Prabhupada's classes are there. Hear and read yourself. Make effort to read Srimad Bhagavatam. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work. Prabhupada has said something long I read, and I never forgot it. I read it first time and it's stuck in my head ever. In one of his small books, he says, material life is simply a struggle for existence. Material life is simply a struggle for existence. For a long time I understood that in one way, that you have to earn some money, earn some livelihood, and it's a struggle to maintain yourself, right? I always understood it in that way, maintaining yourself and your family. Now I have a second addition to that. You are struggling with your health. As you age, the second struggle takes over, struggling with your health. So material life is simply a struggle for existence. But the Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work. Wouldn't we all love that? We didn't have to. Wouldn't you not like to go to, what's the name of the company? Lear. Prabhu worked so hard, all crazy hours, because now it's all this European shift work and everything. I don't know how those who do it, because it just destroys you, I think, mentally. It just leaves you as a piece of jelly, or minimal to what the bosses want from you. Can you imagine? This reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with a process of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion. So, by reading Bhagavatam, you will also develop your knowledge. You'll get vairagya, you'll get renunciation, and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. Right? Anyone who seriously, this is now up to you. You need to seriously take up the reading and chanting of Srimad Bhagavatam. You need to Prabhupada did such a wonderful service to mankind by translating all his books, and the best was Bhagavatam, the cream of all Vedic knowledge. That's actually the third verse of Bhagavatam. Nigama kalpataro galitam phalam mukhad asupibhadarasam. Yes. The third verse of Bhagavatam glorifying the cream of all Vedic knowledge. The ripened fruit of all Vedic knowledge. Ripened fruit. Cream. And Prabhupada, it's a short purport, he's saying, because Srimad Bhagavatam is completely free of contamination by the modes of nature, it is endowed with extraordinary spiritual beauty and is therefore dear to the pure devotees of the Lord. The word Paramahamsyam indicates that even completely liberated souls are eager to hear and narrate Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are trying to be liberated should faithfully serve this literature by hearing and reciting it with faith and devotion. I like that. The word Paramahamsyam indicates that even completely liberated souls are eager to hear and narrate Srimad Bhagavatam. So how do you understand that? How do you understand that? Parikshit Maharaj found out he had a limited number of days on the earth planet. He was cursed. He was cursed by Shringi Rishi, who was a son of a great Rishi. When Parikshit Maharaj was out in the forest, he was hunting out. And when they go out for many days sometimes, and very far away. And then he became thirsty. And he was looking for water, and he came across the ashram. I think it's Samik Rishi. He came across the ashram, but the Rishi was in meditation, and everybody else was away somewhere else. His son and the son's other students, disciples, they were all bathing in a river some distance away. And so Parikshit Maharaj wanted water, was thirsty, and he's trying to draw the attention of Samik Rishi, but because of his meditation, he's not responding. So he took it not very well, and then he put a dead snake around him just to see, is he really in meditation or is he just feigning it? Is he faking it, you know? He put this snake around his neck, and there was, again, no response. So he's right, he's genuinely in meditation. I will go. Meanwhile, somebody went and told his son, this is what's happened to your father. So in anger, he curses. Whoever did that, I curse that person, that he will be bitten by the Tarka snake. Taksha. A snake, Taksha the snake. And after 7 days after being bitten, he will die. So Parikshit Maharaj was cursed. He was sure to die now. 7 days after being bit by the snake. So, I've just lost my thought there. So Parikshit Maharaj immediately handed over the kingdom, renounced, he said, I need to now do something spiritual for my spiritual betterment. Gave up the kingdom, somehow saw that his sons would run the kingdom. He went to his guru, and then he was advised then to just go and focus on the Supreme Lord in the short time span he had. And he went to the banks of the river, and he sat there contemplating on the Supreme Lord, but he was thinking, somebody needs to help me. I can't do this by myself. Somebody needs to help me. This was the amazing arrangement by the Lords. And while he's there and taken a vow to not sleep and not eat, vow of complete fasting, what happened? Great sages, rishis, spiritual Raj rishis, all over Bharat, suddenly something triggered off in them. They realized something amazing was going to happen here, and they all started to arrive. And they take this, started sitting around Parikshit Maharaj on the banks of the river. They started sitting there. Yeah. Again, and these are great personalities. Great personalities. Vyasa, Vasisht, Parshuram, with his disciples. But not just by themselves, they came with the disciples. This is in the Bhagavatam, in the first canto, that's how it's described. They came with all their disciples, because something wonderful was about to happen, and they wanted to be present. And then finally, when they're all there, Shukdev Goswami appeared. Shukdev Goswami appeared. Imagine, and he's just a young boy, but so liberated. So liberated. From moment of his, never moment of his birth, from within the womb he was liberated. Within the womb. So when he, and then he's just wandering, and in his wandering he came upon the same spot. He came upon, not that he was looking for Parikshit Maharaj, he just, in his wandering he came upon Parikshit Maharaj and then all this assembly of sages all around him. All around him. And the amazing thing is, Sukta Goswami is young, but all these great rishis, and some of them are Chiranjeevs, meaning they have very long lives. Like Vasisht is from Lord Ram's time. But Vasisht, Ram comes and leaves, but Vasisht stays. So he is there for many incarnations of Lord Ram. Similarly, other personalities, they're there for a very long time. So imagine how qualified they are to speak. How qualified they are to speak. You know, people like Markandeya, Atri, Vyasa himself, the father of Sukta Goswami. Vyasa, who compiled the Vedic literature. He's there. But they didn't come to speak. They came to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam from Shukdev Goswami, who was the most qualified speaker, the most qualified speaker. That's why the translation of this is, anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion. So all this assembly of great sages, rishis, sadhus, munis, this gathering, it's an amazing gathering. The names are mentioned in the first canto. You see the names, and in our scriptures, when names are mentioned, like me, in the early days, I thought it's just a list of names. But when you get to know the person more and more about these personalities, and each name when you read it next time, you think, wow, it's that personality, it's that personality. Bhagavad Gita is saying there are lots of names mentioned there in the first chapter. Lots of names. But each name, that person, you need to know that person's history, and you'll be thinking, wow, he's that person? This is what he did? So these names of this assembly of the Bhagavatam, it's remarkable, and there is some description in the purport. Prabhupada is giving some description of each person, his greatness. But they are all eager to hear and chant Bhagavatam with devotion. They're eager to hear. We need to develop this eagerness to reap the benefit, reap the full benefit of Bhagavatam. Prabhupada has done an extremely hard work of translating Srimad Bhagavatam. That and Chaitanya Charitamrita was his big contribution and his big project. Bhagavad Gita was an introduction, but his main project was to distribute Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita around the world for mankind's upliftment. Right? So he's done the hard work. Our work is easy. But we at least we should buy the book. If you haven't got it, at least buy the book if you haven't got it. But nowadays, it's on here. So when I go home, I'm going to put this on my golden throne. He said that in the first verse we read, put it on a golden throne. No, I like the book form personally. This is okay. I like to hold a book and flick through the pages. But Prabhupada has done the hard work for us for our ultimate good. Srimad Bhagavatam is Vyasa's final literary contribution. Final literary contribution. He took he compiled all the four Vedas first. He took the one Veda and split into four. And then what was left, he took many verses out of what all knowledge was, the knowledge which was in higher planets. He compiled the Purans. The Purans are meant for people in different modes. We keep hearing modes of material nature. So modes of material nature means there are three very powerful energies in the universe. They're the mode of goodness, mode of darkness, and mode of passion, mode of ignorance and darkness. And they influence our behavior depending on which mode we are under. It influences our behavior, influences us. So the Purans, which Vyasa wrote, are written for people in different modes. There are 18 Purans. And 6 for the people in mode of goodness, 6 for the people in mode of passion, 6 for the people in mode of ignorance. So it's recognition of where is this person now how do I lift him, spiritually lift him. So the same process which is for one person doesn't apply to another person who's in a different mode. He has to go through a different ladder of advancement than when the easiest is person mode of goodness. He's the easiest to progress spiritually. But you see that these are all in the mode of in the modes of nature. This is modes of. I'm just going to one of the previous verses we read. The point I was trying to make is that here it is said it is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge. Right? This Bhagavatam describes the supreme knowledge of the Paramhansas. So they are walking. Srila Paramahamsa is like Srila Prabhupada. They are walking Bhagavats. They are walking, living Bhagavats. There is a book Bhagavat and a person Bhagavat. We say that. In ISKCON, there's a book Bhagavat, and we need to serve both of them. Yeah? It's that Narayan, no, it's the other one. Nasta Prajya Bhadrashu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So here the word Bhagavat means the book person, the person Bhagavat, and the book Bhagavat. One should render service to both. So here it is, this Bhagavat reveals the means of becoming free from all material work. It describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. So those 18 Purans, they are for people in the modes of nature. That is not supreme. That is people who are trapped in this world, and we need to somehow extract them. So these Purans and different Vedic rituals and Vidhis and processes are described to extract people from where they are trapped, like quicksand. It's like you're trapped. It's pulling you down. Hare Bol.
Can I quickly ask a question on that verse?
Go.
Sorry, it was just bugging me reading last word. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam who properly hears and chants it with devotion becomes completely liberated. So why does that not say at the end becomes achieves Krishna Bhakti? Because liberation, I would read that, is that perception based? I'd read liberation and think of mukti.
Yeah.
Merging with Brahman. But Bhagavatam is Krishna, so why does that not say?
Vimuchyat, the word becomes totally liberated.
So would Bhagavatam is Krishna, so wouldn't Bhagavatam be separate?
Do you know, for a long time, I mean, I was struggling with this word mukti and liberation. For a long time, I was struggling to really understand it properly. And I thought it was somehow getting on a gravy train to somewhere where there is no anxiety, free ticket to Vaikuntha, no work, no boss, no breakdown of things in your home, no maintenance. Yeah, we think of a place free of stress and anxiety. But mukti became more clear to me means no karma bandhan. No karma bandhan means you're still doing karma because of your activities and your attitude to when you're doing an activity. It's what is your intention in doing something. If it's for yourself, self-motivated, that means that's karma, and there is a reaction to that. So you're tied to the reaction. And like I was struggling with this, trying to understand it, but to be free from karma bandhan and means you could be still active, still be in a material body, in a body. But you are active, but you're not incurring any karma bandhan. You're doing karma, all the karma is for Krishna. Everything you're doing is for Krishna's pleasure, Krishna's satisfaction. So there's no reaction attached to that. So that's why it means, this liberation means that even while living you're liberated. I've come across that. Now I understand what it means. Even while living you're liberated. Because everything, throughout the day, what's in your head, what is your thought process, all to do with Krishna. All to do with Krishna. The moment you start thinking about it, to do something, thinking about yourself as a beneficiary, there's karma. So I understand what you're saying there, that it's saying properly hears and chants with devotion. Properly chant. Demigods came when they heard that Bhagavatam was going to be spoken. No, the Bhagavatam Mahatmyam, story of what's his name? Gokaran. Dundukari and Gokaran. Gokaran. The two persons. Are they brothers? Are they related? They're related. Father, maybe it's father or brother, I don't know. It's a very long story. Emma Chennai said, one of them, the one who was suffering, he died, he was a very bad person, he was suffering hellishly because he had a ghostly body, and then he went to I think his brother Gokaran. He went to Gokaran and realized this is my don't quote me, I need to clarify. I say it's his brother?
Dundukari is the bad one.
Yeah. No, Gokaran is good one. Are they brothers or?
They're brothers.
Brothers, yeah.
They were given a prashadam and the wife didn't take the prashadam.
Yeah.
Dundukari is the bad one. When he passes away, he's stuck as a ghost.
Yeah.
And then Gokaran goes to Gaya and does the
Gaya.
prashad thing, and he breaks the 7 knots in the cave. And then when he's released in the 7 bamboo knots.
No, but isn't the Bhagavad Katha being recited at the same times? That's the real liberation.
It's a katha. He did the katha.
Yeah.
Gaya, but it's at Gaya.
And Gaya, the Katha. So Bhagavatam was being recited. This is the thing. Bhagavatam was being recited, and the thing is, afterwards somebody, and he got liberated. Gokan got liberated. Dundukari got liberated from his ghostly situation. Then somewhere along the lines, the demigods, somebody asked, others were there, others, how come he got liberated, meaning released from his ghostly, terrible condition? How come he got the benefit, but nobody else did? How come they didn't go to Vaikuntha? It's how you are listening. That's the important thing. Dundukari was listening with full attention. Full attention he was listening. Others were present. How? They were not listening in the same way. They were not listening the same way. You could be there, but you are miles away. Your mind is elsewhere. Mind is elsewhere. That's the important point of this, that, who properly hears and chants it with devotion. Properly hears and chants with devotion. That's the important thing. Right? Then the results are there. Not doing a showbottleism, like making a show of I'm sitting in a katha. Let me make a show and impress people how well dressed I am, how I look on camera. Then you're not actually listening. You're focused on yourself, not on the katha. Katha means be focused on the katha. Yes, that's what it means. Listening seriously and with devotion. Listening with serious devotion. So it's 6:30. So I will conclude there. I hope you are inspired to value this precious thing called Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the half month for it, lunar month. It started yesterday, Bhadrapad. And for the next 15 days from yesterday, it's all about Pitru Paksh. So it's strange how Pitru Paksh and Bhagavatam, how they're connected, because through that katha, through that Bhagavatam Mahatmyam, it becomes clear how the ancestors are released, and we can help our ancestors by doing something. Simply by desiring to read, simply by reading and hearing Bhagavatam these next 15 days, and remembering, passing on the results to your ancestors, you're helping them. You're helping your ancestors. Simply by hearing and chanting Bhagavatam. Also, feed the cows. If you know how to, feed Brahmins, sponsor a feast here. So the devotees who come here, you are feeding devotees, right? Sponsor some bhoga for the lordships. Right? So you can do all these things. Okay. Any questions or comments? Just very quick one behind you. There's a little leaflet, Vidurani, on the chair. I will quickly announce it. It's an age of the motor neuron disease. Was it motor neuron disease? Isn't it? MND, yeah. And that is a terrible disease which you slowly you die from inside slowly. The brain dies from inside. It's terrible. Is that your son, yes?
My son who is doing a challenge by climbing Kilimanjaro in Tanzania.
And raise funds, yeah. His friend. Well, yeah, we got our own now. Yeah. Yeah, we are careful. Yeah.
And he's climbing there. His father passed away, so he's facing back here. He has to do that for his. If anybody's able to help out, he's sponsoring it.
Yeah. So if you just leave it in front of the donation box, so it's visible there, people can just take pictures of it. Yeah. Where is it gone? Just leave it there, so it's very visible then. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. We'll do Aarti now, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की, सत्य गोस्वामी महाराज की. So you have to go off, but I'll finish what I said to you afterwards. Okay.
Lajan, the pen off, please. What do you get? No, you don't need it. Turn off.
She'll cry. She don't make
गोविताई की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय. जय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, जय गौरानिताय, जय जय घोरा चंद आरती को शोभा की जय जय घोरा चंद आरती को शोभा जानवी पटवने जगमन लोबा
जानवी तट बने जगमन लोभा
दक्षिण निताई चान बामे गदाधर
दक्षिणे निताई चा बामे गदाधर
निकोटे अद्वैत श्री वास छत्रधर
निकटे अद्वैत श्रेणी वास छत्रधर
बसी आछे गोराचान रत्न सिंहासने
बसी আছে গোরাচা রত্ন সিংহাসনে
आरोती करें ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गण
आरती करें ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गणे
ब्रह्मादिदेव गणे
ब्रह्मादिदेव गणे
ब्रह्मादिदेव गणे
ब्रह्मादिदेव गणे
आरती करेन ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गणे
आरती करेन ब्रह्मा आदिदेव गणे
हरि आदि कोई चामर दुलाय
नर हरि आदि करी चामर ढोलाय
संजय मुकुंद बासु कोशयादि गाय
संजय मुकुंद बासु घोषादि गाय
को बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करतालो
शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताल
मधुर मृदंग बाजे परम रसालो
मधुर मृदंग बाजे परम रसाल
ओ शंखो बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
शंखो बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर 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 बाजे
मधुर मधुर बाजे
मधुर 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 बाजे
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ताई बोल हरि बोल
आई गोर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गोर हरि बोल
ताई गोर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल ताई गोर हरि बोल
निताई गोर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गोर हरि बोल
बहु कोटि चंद्रजिनी वदन उज्जवल
बहु कोटि चंद्र जिनी वदन उज्ज्वल
बोलो देशे वनमाला कोरे जलमाल
गल देशे वनमाला करे झलमाल
सुख नारद प्रेमे गोद गोद
शिव सुख नारद प्रेमे गद गद
भक्ति विनोद देखे घोरार संपद
भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपद
ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद देखे घोरार संपद
ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपद
जय जय गौरा चंदे आरती को
शिव जय जय गौरा चांदे আরতি কশোভা
জানাবি তটবনে জগমনলো
জানবি কটবনে জগমনলো
গৌরাঙ্গে আরতি শোভা জগজন মনোলোভা
গৌরাঙ্গের আরতি শোভা জগ জন মনোলোভা
নিতাই চাঁদে আরতি কি শোভা জগ জন মনোলোভা
নিতাই চাঁদের আরতি শোভা জগ জন মনোলোভা
গো জন মনোলোভা
জগ জন মনোলোভা
গো জন মনোলোভা
জগ জন মনোলোভা
নিতাই গোর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গোর হরি বল
জয় গোরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল
নিতাই গোর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গোর হরি বল
জয় গোরা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নমো বিষ্ণুপাদায় কৃষ্ণপৃষ্ঠায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তিবেদান্ত স্বামীতে নামিনে
विष्णुपदाय कृष्णकृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीति नामिने
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे
नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद
कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरा भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
कृष्ण
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Everybody sing and dancing Hari Bol
Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Everybody please sing. Sing loudly.
Bolo bolo.
Cry for Krishna. Cry. You're too quiet. Everybody sing. Sankirtan.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलो बोलो
Krishna,
प्रेम से बोलो
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Bolo Nitai Gorango, Gora Hare.
Nitai Gorango, Gora Hare.
Oh, Gora Gora, Gora Hare.
Gora Hare.
Bolo Jaya Sachinandana, Jaya Sachinandana, Gora Hare.
Jaya Sachinandana, Gora Hare.
Oh, Gora Gora, Gora Hare.
Gora Hare.
Oh, Nitai Gorango, Gora Hare.
Nitai Gorango,
Nitai Gauranga Gaura Hare.
Bolo Gora 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 Hare. Gora 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 Hare.
Gaura 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 Hare.
Bolo Jaya Sachinandana Gaura Hari. Vishnu Priya Pranadhana Nadiya Bihari.
Jayo Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Vishnu Priya Pranadhana Gaura Hare.
Oh Jayo Nitai Chan Jai Nitai Chan Jai Nitai Chan Jaya Ekachakradhan.
Jaya Nitai Chan Jaya Nitai Chan Jaya Nitai Chan Jaya Ekachakradhan.
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jagannath Swami Nayan Patagami Nayan Patagami Baba tumhe.
Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Nayana Pathagami Bhava tume.
Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Jayo Shyama Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath Jayo
Jagannath
Jayo Sham Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Nilachal Chandra Swami Jagannath Nilachal Mahadeva Pyare Jagannath.
Nilachal
Jai Maniva
Swami Jagannath Nilachal Madhavo Pyare Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Jayo Shyama Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Sham Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Swami Jayo Jagannath.
Oh Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Sham Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Jayo Jagannath Swami Jayo Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Sham Sundar Pyare Jagannath.
Jayo Baladeva Jayo Baladeva Rohini Nandan Jayo Baladeva.
Jai Baladeva Jai Baladeva Rohini Nandana Jai Baladeva.
Jayo Subhadra Jayo Subhadra Maharani Jayo Subhadra.
Jai Subhadra Jai Subhadra Jai Maharani Jai Subhadra.
Oh Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Nayana Patagami Baba tumhe.
Oh Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Nayana Pathagami Bhava tume.
Jayo Manima Jayo Manima Jayo Manima Jayo Jayo Manima.
Jaya Manima Jaya Manima Jaya Manima Jaya Manima.
Sudarshan 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 Jayo Sudarshan.
Sudarshan 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 Jaya Sudarshan.
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव राधे
जय राधा माधव राधा माधव
जय मधुसूदन 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 जय मधुसूदन
मधुसूदन मधुसूदन मधुसूदन जय मधुसूदन
जय राधा रामन राधा रामन राधे
राधा रमण राधा रमण राधे
जय गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन
गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन गिरि गोवर्धन जय गिरि गोवर्धन
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे श्रिया राम हरे श्रिया राम हरे
ओ रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे सिया राम हरे सिया राम हरे
रघुनंदन राघव राम हरे श्रिया राम हरे श्रिया राम हरे
ओ सिया राम हरे 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 सिया राम हरे
श्रिया राम हरे श्रिया राम हरे
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
हो श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम
जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जगत गुरु
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय जगत गुरु
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव जय गुरुदेव
ओ निताय गौरा हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
ओ निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल
ओ हरि बोल
हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
ओ
बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
ओ
बोल
निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर
निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर
जय जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि बोल
जय ओम विश्वपाद परमहर कोचार्य समत दिवाइन के ISKCON फाउंडाचार्य जगत गुरु शिलोपुपाद की श्री सचिनिताय चांद कीजिए श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बद्ध सुबरामैया कीजिए श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद कीजिए श्री श्री राधा माधव कीजिए श्री राधा गिरधारी कीजिए श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बद्ध सुबरामैया की नरसिंह भगवान प्रहलाद महाराज कीजिए गंगा मैया जमुना मैया सरस्वती देवी कीजिए भक्ति दिव्य महारानी कीजिए अयोध्या पुरी मायापुर जगन्नाथपुरी द्वारिकापुरी एक चक्र धाम कीजिए वृंदावन धाम मथुरा धाम कीजिए राजा कुंड श्याम कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन कीजिए नंदगा वर्षाना धाम कीजिए अनंत कोटि वैष्णव कीजिए नवाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर कीजिए भारत माता कीजिए गोलोक वृंदावन धाम कीजिए गौ माता कीजिए सिक्स गोस्वामी कीजिए पंच तत्व कीजिए गुरु परंपरा कीजिए प्रेम से बोलो जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासारि गौर भक्तवंती चे गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल all glory to assembled devotee all glories to assembled devotee all glories to assembled devotee all glories to Guru and Guranga Namaskar.
So Hare Krishna, we have a long list of names for Nasingati. We will remember all those people. And of course, remembering recently departed this week, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. We've been remembering her. We had some nice words to glorify her on the day it actually happened in the evening program. So, and there's a few other names. Please think of all of those names and names we may not have. Please meditate on them. Okay, who's Titiksha? Are you and Guru Vani and Tulsi can sing Nursing Aarti? Yes? We missed you. Here, take the mic. And Gaurangi, of course.
Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Pralatala Dikadayane
Kamala
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you for that. I think we have a few problems in which I need ironing out in the audio department. I think we seriously, Prem Prakash, we seriously need to have a meeting with the audio team and the visual team. When the others come back, we'll have a meeting one day to just sort all our problems out, because we're just not getting beyond them. Okay, so everybody who's interested in this, you will please attend. Okay. Another thing I will say also, children is great. You're the future. You are the future percussion team. I think I can see it happening. But I want you to also sing. You're playing, but not singing. I was watching all of you. So this is the Harinam Sankirtan movement. Shravanam Kirtanam. You do both. We need to do both. So learn to do both, please. Okay? Hare Krishna. So just a reminder that the motor neuron disease charity climb on Kilimanjaro is being done by Nilaben's son. A friend of his passed away, but also in this temple we know your brother passed away from that terrible, terrible disease. So please, just the details are on there. Just take a snap with your camera, and if you want to help, just take a snap and then do the needful. Thank you very much. Today I've just been informed that, you know, Radha Krishna on the altar, especially. Pardon? Of course, yes. She'll be she's our center point right now. For if you want to give her directly, then she can forward it. That's right? Okay. Thank you. What was I saying just before? Sorry, Radha Krishna. Yes, thank you very much. Krishna Balaram, you enjoyed yourself there, didn't you? How many of you saw him? Attention seeker. As soon as he was space in front of the camera, he got up and went in front of the camera just to show his face. But well done to him. He really enjoyed himself. I think several days he was, where you, Prabhu, I think you had a good word for your friends there to let him in to play. So we really want to hear some more next week, okay? Please prepare something. Thank you. But I've heard, there's, in Mayapur, there's Radha Madhav and the Ashtakis, 4 gopis on each side. 2 of them are called Rang Devi and Sudevi, and I've been informed just now that it's their appearance day. They're sisters. I think they're twin sisters. I'm not sure. But it's their appearance day. So 2 of the Ashtakis is their appearance day today. I just want to remind you again very briefly about 15 days focus on Srimad Bhagavatam is such an important scripture. It's the highest contribution Vyasadeva made. Focus on Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada's dedicate himself to translating it, make avail of it, fall in love with it, read it, hear it, and it will help you to get back home, back to Godhead. It's very important. Also, side by side is Pitru Paksh. Next 14 days now, next 14 days, okay? You're welcome to use this temple to do part of that ceremony on behalf of your ancestors. You can sponsor the daily bhog offering to the lordships here. It's 25 pounds for offering. You can sponsor a feast where devotees are being fed. You can do, if you have contacts in Bharat somewhere, or you can go to the manor to feed the cows, feed the Brahmins. And something, as I said, we don't do, but it's nice to know about it if you ever happen in the future to have the opportunity. Something called Pitru Moksha Puja and Pitru Tripti Yagya. But, we don't do that. But it's nice to know that these things can be done. Please come and see me. If you want to sponsor something, then there's the usual process for the WhatsApp group. You let Satya know, or let the Pujari know, and they will make the offering on your behalf on that day, and they will also send you a video of that offering. Okay, that will be proof that your departed soul was remembered. One thing I forgot to say earlier on is Tithi. The lunar month, we base it on the lunar day, and the day could be a mixture of our normal days, today and tomorrow, getting crossover. So Tithi means lunar day. So your ceremony should be done on the same Tithi as when your beloved your nearest passed away. So my father and mother, Bharat, they have the same, fortunately, the same Tithi. It's Tritiya, third lunar day. And that's tomorrow. But usually it's different. There are different Tithis. So you can do on the Tithi of the disappearance of your beloved. Or if you missed that, and that happened last year, I missed it, then I had to do it on the last day. On the last day, you can do your Vidya ceremony. So I arranged that with Pundik Maharaj at his ashram, through Mataji it was done. But we are doing, tomorrow is for us. And I've arranged Brahman feeding. Have you done I've arranged for Jagannath Puri, 11 Brahmans will be fed tomorrow. So I'm just telling you what can be done, okay? It's up to you. So Hare Krishna. That's all. Thank you. Welcome back once again to Sudarshan, Satya, and Titiksha. We can't wait to have your father back. Right? Prasadam prayer team, please. Where's the Prasadam prayer team?
Mahapshade Govinde. Nam Brahmana Vaishnava. Salvapunya Putum Rajam.
Vishwashanete Shri Vidyachal
जीवफले विषयसागरे तारमते जीवावती लोभमोह सुधर्मति ताकि कर्ण संसारे कृष्ण बड़ा दोयमोय
Kure Bari Jiva Joy. Salpasave Dilo Bai. Say Namita Pavo. Radha Krishna gonna go. Permit go Chaitanya Nitai. Janamai Janatai. God Natai Prashadam Ki.
Okay, if you please stand up and make space, we're going to lay the plastic sheet to protect the carpet. Remember to, when you finish, stack your plates in the box, and the leftovers can go in the bag. Okay, Hare Krishna.